Okay, welcome back to Miss Tim's math class. Today's episode is brought to you in PJs. These are my Christmas PJs. I think Doc Brown got these for me. They're very comfy, soft. Yes. All right, we're going to review a couple things before we jump into last week's guessing jar. And I have the results for you, but not quite yet. All right, so first of all, we've been doing a lot of work on statistical questions. Hopefully you have a really good grasp of what these mean. It means that your answers to whatever question you choose to ask is going to have variability, meaning more than one choice. So our guessing jar is a really great example of that. I take a survey and I ask you guys how many things you think are in the guessing jar, and there's lots of different answers that come. So our answers have variability. So that's going to make it a statistical question. A lot of times we'll use a survey or we might use some observation. So statistical question. All right. Now your answer to your statistical question could either be categorical, which means your answer is in words. That might be, what is your favorite TV show? If I ask just one of you, what is your favorite TV show? Not a statistical question. But if I ask all of the sixth graders, what is your favorite TV show? That's going to be a statistical question, and the answer is going to be categorical because it's going to be an answer that's in words. Now, when I asked you to guess how many Legos were in the jar, that is numerical data because all of the answers are in numbers. Numerical, right? They go together. Okay. Now I know you guys have been doing a lot of work on dot plots. A dot plot is made on a number line, so it can only have numerical data. It's not for use with categorical data. We don't put everybody's favorite TV show on a number line. We only use numbers. Each dot or X represents one piece of data, one answer to the question. And so when I ask you, what is your guess for the guessing jar? Each one of those dots is going to represent you, your answer. All right, then this week we also went back to a little bit of work with mean, median, mode, and range. Now I uploaded, I believe it was yesterday, a reference sheet for you, or maybe it was today. I don't know what day it is. That is just a reference sheet. You don't have to do anything with that paper, but I would love it if you have a printer, print it out and save it so that you can reference it, use it when you forget, oh, what does that word median mean? You can use that paper to help you answer those questions. If you don't have a printer, then just download it to your Google Drive and make sure it's in a place that you can find easily. All right, you can also, if you don't have the reference sheet, you can always search those words that you don't know on Google. Math is Fun is a great website for that. So I would, don't just skip through things if you're not sure what the answer is, or what the word means. See if you can figure it out. So a lot of you guys, I noticed on your Nearpod activity that was on Monday, you skipped a lot of these questions, probably because you were like, oh, I don't remember those words. So now you have a reference sheet. If you skipped a bunch of questions, go back, answer those questions on the Nearpod. Because I don't want it to affect your grade, right? I want you to get the best grade you can. So give it a try. All right, let me quickly go through these. The word mean is average. So that's the one that's really common. You guys, we've done this in class before we went to online learning. You guys have done it in science. You basically add up all of the numbers in your data. You add them all together, and then you divide by the number of data that you have, the number of pieces of data. So I want to say that we have about 44 pieces of data that I'm about to show you on our dot plot. I would have to add up all those guesses and then divide by 44, and that is going to give me my average or my mean guess. The median is the guess that's in the middle, and I'm basically just going to count those till I find the middle. That's my median. You can label all of or list all of the guesses in a row and find which one is in the middle. That's going to be your median. Mode is the thing that occurs the most often. So whatever guess, whatever piece of data that you're working with that comes up the most, that's your mode. And finally, range. It's going to be the biggest value minus the smallest value. All right, so we'll go over these again in just a moment when I show you our dot plot. We also have some new words that popped up on your assignment yesterday, and that was outlier and symmetry. You're also going to see, I think this week, spread and center. We'll talk about those words. Outlier really quickly just means that data point that's kind of way off from everybody else's guess. We don't have one of those this week, but last week we sure did. We had a guess that was way up at 100. And that one was just all by itself on the data plot line. And so that's an outlier, all right? Symmetry has to do with the shape of the data. So if you were to kind of draw a line over a curved line, if it makes a nice symmetrical shape, then you have symmetry. Sometimes it's skewed one way or skewed the other, and that'll be left skewed or right skewed. But we'll get more into what symmetry is this next week as well. So don't stress about that too much. Okay, we're going to take a look at our dot plot. So this was all of the answers that were turned in for the guessing jar. And if we were, as I said earlier, if I wanted to take each one of these guesses, which is 70 plus 65 plus 64 plus 63 plus 60, and keep adding them all up and then divide by 44, that's going to give me my average or my mean. Now, if I want to find out the middle, it's a little tricky because I would have to count. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then I'd go over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I've got 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we said here, 10, 11, 12, 13, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I would just keep counting till I get to the middle. And my guess it's going to probably be right around here. This value is 38, I think. So that would be your median. Find the middle. Now the mode's really easy to find in a dot plot. That's the one that happened the most. Most of you guessed 30. So that's the mode. Then the range is going to be our largest value, which is 70, minus our smallest value, which is 20. And so our range is going to be 50. That's our range. All right, we don't have any outliers. As you see, there's nothing that's way at the end of the dot plot. But now, here's the thing that you guys, I know, have been waiting to find out. Okay, what you guys have all been waiting for is to find out how many Legos were in the jar. Here we go. There were
67!
Oh my gosh, there were 67 Legos in the jar. And if we look at our dot plot, we can see right here that this estimate of 65 was the closest, and that was by Leslie L. So what I'd like you to do is please send me a note on Schoology or an email or on Dojo, some way, communicate to me what was the winning guess, how many Legos were in the jar, and who guessed it right. Okay, that's your work for today. Not bad, huh? Yeah, but we're done, especially Pixie. Yeah, it's time to go. All right, thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you next time.
One more thing, like this video, subscribe down below. Bye, see you next time.